Hello.
Greetings.
We are back. We just recorded episode 105, and we're now going to record another episode commentary for episode 106.
We didn't just wear the same clothes again as the last
Oh, should
time.
we? Oh, we should just trade
We should
clothes.
just
That'd
change
be funny.
clothes.
Yeah, I'm sure I'd look good with owls. So anyway, so this episode, this was another sort of like last minute shoot. Remember?
Very last minute. I
Yeah.
was moving that night.
Oh, you were. That's right.
That was a nightmare.
I remember because you were exhausted from moving, and then after we wrapped, you were like, "I have to go," and you didn't even know if you had a bed to sleep on that night.
Yeah. We were getting my bed was getting moved to my new place, and I was needed to help someone move it, and that person was like waiting and like texting me, being like, "Are you done yet? Are you done yet?" And I'm like,
Totally forgot about
"No."
that. I totally forgot about
It
that.
was a little stressful, but it was like it all worked out.
It all worked out. No, and the motivation for this episode was because I felt, and actually Natalie brought this up, my wife, she realized that like there just wasn't enough father-daughter time, which is really what the show is always supposed to be about.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so funny because it's not until like season 4 that I actually feel like it's really, the show is now what I always really envisioned it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's out with dad. It's about a girl and her single dad, and that's what the show is always supposed to be about. And but the whole storyline with Vanessa and of course later Claire is so compelling that it sort of drew my attention towards it. So this was an attempt to bring it back, and I'm really glad that we did, because it turned out to be one of my favorite episodes
and one of the most
controversial episodes. So that's pretty crazy. So why don't we hit play, and we'll watch it. We'll talk about that controversy.
Oh my goodness.
So those of you who are joining us live, you should have queued up. So I'll have you hit play in 5, 4, 3, 2. And here we are with the different opening tag. Do you see that?
I know.
Yeah. I literally printed that out and soaked it, and because it's raining, I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking that might be a thing that would happen, is I would change up the opening title card every now and then.
Where's your key?
But it's kind of like almost the only time I ever did.
You never go out.
So this was a very difficult shoot because
I didn't.
we knew we had very little time. We weren't expecting rain,
Mm.
so that kind of buggered things.
Yeah.
So we couldn't like light it safely because we wanted to put lights out there on the lawn, so we like couldn't do that. So it was a lot of like me moving around. We did a lot of takes, didn't we?
I can't remember. It was a blur.
Yeah,
It's a fun blur, but it was a blur.
So here's a montage. This was very much inspired by a Sam Raimi style of cutting, where you'll see this a lot in like Army of Darkness and the Evil Dead movies. That is my mom's teapot that I borrowed from her, like all the way from Oakville, because I really wanted this. She taught me how to make tea properly. He used hot water to hot the pot, because you need the teapot to be hot. You got to make sure that the water is boiling while turning. There's a lot of really specific rules about making tea, and that is where the controversy came from.
Yes,
Remember?
we had comment after comment, and the milk bag.
Oh, milk bags. Yeah, so in Canada,
People
yes,
lost
we
their
put
minds.
milk in our in milk bags, and it works. I'm just telling you.
Look at all that milk you can get. There's so much. It gets 3 bags.
Yeah, it's 2 liters in a purchase.
It's a bitch to carry if you don't have a car.
Yeah.
But
But it was very important to me to do that. But then, like a lot of fans, they were like, well, I'm from Scotland, and I know that you don't put milk in tea, or like I'm from such and such place, and like people were like, if you go back and read the comments of that episode, you'll see lots of people with their very strong opinions about how to
verbal
make tea.
fisticuffs were flying.
Yeah,
So-
but I stand by how tea was made there, and you've had my tea.
Jason has yelled at me as I was just about to pour the water. He's like, no, you have to boil it again.
Yeah, stop boiling. That's true. But when I make tea, it is
It's
good.
delicious. It's delicious.
I do make good tea.
It's good.
Just saying. Fun fact: in Canada, the most popular tea is orange pekoe. That's what we're steeping here. Orange pekoe is like so much so like the most common tea here, that here when you just order tea, like in a store, like in a restaurant, you don't actually have to specify. Like if you just say tea. They just assume you mean orange pekoe. It's like it's that common.
Another fun fact: my grandmother is from Ireland,
Mhm.
and when she goes to the States, and sometimes in Canadian restaurants as well, she is infuriated by how not boiling the water is.
Well, yes, and you know, and in episode 3, in the double date, season 3, the double date with Claire and Angela,
Mhm.
I finally got to demonstrate
yeah.
that anger
It's
because
not
I
boiled.
hate ordering tea in a restaurant. It's just
Mhm.
like, no, man.
It's like lukewarm bath water that they bring you, and it's just why even bother? My grandmother
Yeah.
has thrown up her hands
Yeah.
and said, "I don't even want it."
and I'll tell you something. I've been to England too, which is like is allegedly the capital of tea in the world, and they're always doing the lukewarm water thing too. It's like, come on, guys, you have a reputation to
Hey,
uphold.
didn't they? That's their deal. Is
Yeah.
tea. It's,
Yeah. But it is pretty crazy though. Like, you know, we're making show, and especially like 5 years ago when this was made, like, you know, we didn't have nearly the representation of gay and lesbian people on TV, especially lesbians on television.
Mhm.
So I was always worried about the controversy that a show like this might create, and yet we never really got that. Like, we never got the homophobia, and like by and large the feedback has always been pretty positive. Till this one with the tea, like, people are going crazy with the tea.
Infuriating.
Yeah. So anyway, so we filmed that, and then you had to, I remember you had to run away to go finish
I
moving.
ran down Kingston Road, like looking for this car to meet the person and go do it. And it was like somewhat still raining, but
Yeah.
it all worked out. It was,
It all
fun. It was
worked out.
worth it. Yeah.
But it's such a really pretty episode, and I was really proud that, you know, an episode that's only 3 minutes long,
Mhm.
including credits,
Mhm.
still worked. You know, because at that time, you know, remember we were over obsessing with the length of episodes, or at least I was. I was so worried that, you know, anything over a certain amount would be too long, and then like, is this like the first under 5 minute episode, I think, and it would be the only for a long time. So I like the fact that, you know, it can vary.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
great. My web series.
Cool. So I think that's that's a short episode, short commentary. So thank you for joining us. If you want to, this is a message for those of you who are not watching it live. If you'd like to join us and see us record it live and participate in the conversation online, we have the live chat going on the side of the window there. You can. So patrons of Out With Dad are invited. Patrons that are $10 plus. And it's just our way of sort of, you know, another big thank you to the supporters. And also, you know, really send, you know, if you're not able to support the show, become a patron, then that's totally cool. We totally get that. But it'd be nice if you, like I said, thank you in the comments to the patrons, because they are helping you get more of the show that you enjoy. So
Yeah.
so big ups. So, and that's why I'm always sure to say thank you to patrons, not just on my behalf, but I say on behalf of the cast and crew, but also on behalf of all the fans
Mhm.
that aren't able to be patrons.
But they
So
watch and they share and they tell their friends about the show. Like, it's all helpful, really.
So there you go. So thanks for joining us, everyone. Goodbye, gang.
Au revoir.
And
Bye.
click.